Donald Trump just launched an illegal and offensive war against the country that did attack us, Iran. So let me tell you exactly what he said here. We have completed our very successful attack on the 3 nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. All planes are now outside of Iranian airspace. A full payload of bombs.
I'm going to say something about Trump attacking Iran that's going to make everybody mad. But before I get started, can I just say, I don't really like Kyle Kulinski, but seeing him in a Lacoste polo shirt instantly increases my estimation of him. Instantly increases seeing him in a Lacoste polo shirt, because polo shirts when I was a kid used to last forever. I still there's a 25-year-old polo shirt, I still wear it. It's still great. Because polo shirts when I was a kid used to last forever. Today they're all made in, China or Vietnam, and the companies are cutting corners at every stage to try to squeeze out every last bit of profit that they can. So polo shirts today fall apart instantly, other than Lacoste and Ralph Lauren classic fit. Even though they also are made overseas, they do their best to try to uphold quality control. Now you could go the upper tier route with their polo shirts, but number one, they're a pain in the ass to wash because they have like cashmere or silk or some special blend in order to justify the price point. But that makes it like a pain in the ass to wash. Like you've got to flat dry it and all this garbage, right? So you don't want that. And number two, the collars are too stiff. They make you look like the manager at T-Mobile. You don't want that. You don't want that. Ralph Lauren, Lacoste, that's it. As far as Trump attacking Iran, I think, let me start with the libs. The libs were wrong. The libs were wrong because for years the libs were like Obama and Biden. They're like tiptoeing around Iran because they're like, oh, the Iran, you can't get involved with them. You don't want to stir up that hornet's nest of Iran. But what you're seeing is, if you're crazier than they are, suddenly they think about it. They're not so like wild and crazy. Suddenly they're trying to back channel negotiate. They're trying to reach out to, hey, can we negotiate? It turns out being freaking nuts does have its benefits. It turns out they're the ones trying to back channel negotiate. They're the ones trying to reach out to the EU. Like, oh man, can we talk? Can you reach out? Because they're realizing this guy is crazier than they are. They know. Unlike any other president, they know if Trump wakes up on the wrong side, he could just nuke the place. He could just wipe it off the map. And if there's like, environmental, like, the nuclear wind, you know damn well Trump doesn't care about that. Like, it's gonna like, he doesn't care. Or it's gonna tank the economy. He doesn't care about that, dude. In his few months in office, he's already gotten like billions of dollars. His family is set for hundreds of generations. They're fine. So you see Iran suddenly like behaving in a way that they would not have. Like, what are they saying? Like, of course they've got to say something because they don't want to be humiliated. But the most they can do is like, Strait of Hormuz. That's it. Whereas if Obama were president, because they know Obama has constraints, right? There's only so far Obama will go. There's only so far Biden would go. Even George Bush. There's only so far George W. Bush is going to go meet with Tony Blair. He's going to go like do all this stuff. But Trump, they know, is freaking nuts, dude. And it's causing them to behave. And I think the libs, you have to admit the libs were wrong about that. Being nuts has its benefits, and the libs were wrong about that, at least as far as Iran goes. Japan, at the end of World War II, Japan was trying to back channel negotiate a surrender. They're like, we'll be willing to surrender if we're allowed to keep this island, blah, blah, blah. But once Truman dropped those atom bombs, it was like, okay, where do I sign? Where do I sign? Like, you're clearly insane. I give up. You win. You're crazier than me. I'll sign. So I think the libs were wrong about that. Clearly, they're wrong about that. Now, the right wingers. Here's Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk says, not even the Romans could beat Persia. Well, that's not really true. Like, Persia was really, really far away. That was really the main problem, is they were really far away. If they were closer, they would have been conquered easily. Alexander went through them like a hot knife through butter. Okay, it wouldn't have been a problem if they were closer. Also, like the war candidate stuff was like a big joke, right? Like nobody really believed that. Can I just confirm that? Like if you're a Republican and you're like, oh, Kamala's the war, you didn't really believe that, right? Like you actually felt that she's a woman and she would actually be scared and would tiptoe around Iran and walk on eggshells and do everything she could to keep the country out of war. That is actually what you believe. But you called her a war candidate because that was rhetorically and politically effective. And you know, credit to you for that. You were right. It was effective. Good job. But you didn't really believe that, right? You didn't really believe that Kamala would be more likely to get you into war than Trump. You could not have possibly believed that. So there you go. There you go.
So we're going to get into MAGA, okay? And what are they going to do here? Because that is going to be critical. And we're going to find out. We're going to find out who everyone is, okay? We just found out who Donald J. Trump is, as if we didn't start the war. So remember today. Remember today. Today is the day we attacked Iran.
This guy is so dumb, dude. Nobody cares who starts wars. Nobody cares that Kennedy started Vietnam. Nobody cares. The Allied powers, the Allied powers were no angels leading up to World War II. Okay, they were what do you call it? They were throwing their weight around prior to World War II. The Allies. Nobody cares. Nobody cares who starts wars, dude. Humans are tribal, so they're just gonna side with wherever they live or whoever looks like that. That's how it works. Nobody freaking cares who starts the wars. What is this guy talking about? Cenk Uygur? Chunk Ogre? I call him Chunk Ogre. What is Chunk Ogre talking about? Nobody cares who starts the war. You think Romans cared that Hannibal had a good reason to be upset when Hannibal crossed the Alps and went into Italy? You think, well, you know, Hannibal, he's got a pretty good reason to be upset. No, nobody cares about that. Nobody cares who starts the war. I don't know what Chunk Ogre is talking about. Grant Cohn is interviewing Tom Walsh? Why would you do that? Why would you interview... correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong, okay? Maybe I'm misremembering. But to the best of my recollection, Tom Walsh is literally a moron. No offense. I mean that in the technical sense. Like he's literally, objectively, statistically a moron. Literally one of the worst coaches in NFL history. I believe it was a historically terrible offense that he ran, right? Maybe I'm confusing it for another Tom Walsh or something. But as far as I remember, he is truly like a dumb person. Like really, like I don't understand why you would ask him questions about football. Like you might as well ask me questions. I guarantee you I have a higher accuracy. I guarantee it. There's no question about it. I have a higher accuracy rate than Tom Walsh. There's no you shouldn't be asking Tom. That's like asking Tom Walsh questions about football is like asking Mike Singletary how to relax.
Our formula
like, hey,
is
Mike
this.
Singletary, how can I relax more? How can I calm down? How can I get my blood pressure down?
We go out, we hit
you
people
seem
in
like
the
you'd
mouth.
be the type of guy to ask. No. And it's the same with Tom Walsh. Why would you ask Tom Walsh anything? What are you talking about?